Hello, this is William McKissock, your expense reduction consultant. And remember, this is not my day job. I am an expense reduction consultant, but I feel that I want to help businesses get free promotion across social media. And today I have with me Morgan Reid. Morgan, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, William. Good to be here.
I'm so pleased to have you here. So let me tell the viewers a little brief overview of who you are and what your company is. Then we can get into some more detail and you can tell us lots more. So Morgan Reid is the VP of Sales and Marketing with a company called WorkComp Solutions. They're a father and daughter family-owned business that specializes in reducing workers' comp premiums for businesses. So Morgan, tell me a little bit about who you are and how you get into this business.
Sure. Well, thanks again for having me on here. I'm so excited to be here and talk about WorkComp Solutions. I am born and raised in Florida. My husband, dog, and I live over here in Bel Air now. And I got into the business. Obviously, as you said, it's a family-owned business. So I've grown up working in the business after school, on summer breaks, summer vacations. And I just always loved that it was a family-owned business and wanted it to become a multi-generational one to carry on my parents' legacy.
So it's in your blood.
It is.
It's in your blood.
I had no choice.
And I'm going to ask you in a second to describe your services. I just want to tell viewers that I'm so excited to have Morgan on the show because what Morgan does, and she's going to describe her services in a second or two, is help businesses reduce costs for a no obligation fee like in the way we do it. So I'm really excited to have Morgan on the show about this. So Morgan, tell us about your services and what you do and how you save businesses money.
Sure. So we are a workers' comp insurance agency. We provide insurance to businesses primarily across the state of Florida, but all over the United States. We also do a little bit of consulting work for businesses, but we mostly work in the premium recovery space where we go in, like you said, it's a no obligation assessment. We'll take a look at your insurance premiums, policies, and we recover mistakes. So whether that's a mistake from audits, overtime issues, employee classifications, maybe you had some claims issues on your mod worksheet, we'll take a look at everything in its totality. And then whatever premium is returned, we split with you. It goes directly back to the employer, and then we split it equally.
So again, viewers, if you're watching this, that obviously they provide a fantastic workers' comp service, but the thing that I'm excited about is that they'll come in and do this free, no obligation look at your costs, and they almost always find savings. So what's the percentage of savings, of times that you find savings, Morgan?
Yeah, so we find mistakes in about 80% of the policies that we review. To date, we've recovered over $15 million for businesses and employers. We some of our biggest hits have been, we've recovered about $700,000 for a PEO that's based out of Knoxville, Tennessee. And we're just constantly finding returns and mistakes on their policies. So, we've moved over to working with them on a consulting basis. But, if there's no recovery, then there's no fee, no charge. So we always say, wouldn't you want to know if you had any mistakes? Like you said, William, it's pretty similar to your business. And I think any business owner, especially in these times of COVID, would want to know if they had mistakes and are overpaying their premiums.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell the viewers, Morgan, what differentiates you? Obviously, I've described you're a father-daughter family-owned business. It's in your blood. Is there anything else you can tell any viewers watching this that why would we do business with you as opposed to the competition?
Yeah, thank you. We're specialists. So, we always kind of make it a similar analogy to, if you were told that you needed to have heart surgery, you wouldn't go to your general practitioner for that. You would go find probably, the best heart surgeon wherever you lived in the Tampa Bay area for us. And it's really similar. You can't be all things to all people in today's marketplace. And so we focus on one thing and one thing only. And it's primarily reducing those costs for employers and making sure they're paying bottom dollar for the best services.
Fantastic. Viewers watching this, please reach out to Morgan and her details underneath her portion of the video. Please like and share this on social media. Spread the word. This is a fantastic service. So Morgan, my next question is about COVID. So how has it impacted your business in the workers' comp industry in general?
So there's been a lot of changes through COVID. workers' comp, a lot of employers and businesses, had the PPP loans. They had various different mechanisms to save money, and workers' comp primarily in a lot of states stepped in. And if you had employees who weren't working through that time and you were paying them through that PPP money, then you wouldn't have had to pay workers' comp premium on that. Also, a lot of class codes had changed. A lot of employees had to start working from home, whether that was permanent or just short term. There's different class codes for that. But mostly, I would just say anyone watching today, the rate of mistakes has been a lot higher on those audits because most of those are being done virtually. So the auditor's not showing up in person to ask those questions. And you're likely probably overpaying somewhere, whether it's because of a subcontractor cost, overtime not being reduced properly. A ton of examples. We find it on our clients all the time, but we're just constantly verifying those for accuracy.
Fantastic. So Morgan, as a final thought, you mentioned earlier in the interview that you work across the country. Is there any geographical boundaries whatsoever? Is there any states that you don't work in, can't work in? How does that work across the country for you?
No, any state that requires workers' comp, we can work in there. We like to work, if we're going to be your insurance provider, we like to at least see a location in Florida. As we're coming all back in person, we do like to be able to kind of, touch the facility or location and see what you guys are doing hands-on. But we have clients across the country. We have some timeshares that have locations in, several states. And so we really don't have geographical boundaries, which is nice. So if you want to check out your workers' comp recovery, you can call us.
Yeah, again, anybody watching this interview, please reach out to Morgan. Her details are underneath her portion of the video. Again, a fantastic service. I'm really excited about having Morgan on the show today because they go in and they'll look for money that you didn't know you had in the same way that we do. I just think it's a great service, and everybody that has employees should be looking at Morgan's company for helping recovering lost money or billing errors, etc. So Morgan, thank you very much for coming on the show. I 100% appreciate having you here.
Thank you, William. It was so much fun. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. And I'll now hand it over to Dave for the weather.